the Brethren could see after all their legal appeals that they were going to lose the case. And so in desperation, they came up with this charter, this faith in practice document, which basically said, without admitting that they had done all these awful things, it said, we're not going to break up families. We're going to treat everyone with kindness and compassion. Even if you've left the church, you can still come back and see your family. You can still come to our church meetings. Everything's going to be different now. And that faith in practice document was inserted into the trust deed of every single meeting room trust in the UK, and that was the condition under which they were re-granted their charitable status. Every single trust had to insert that. It was read out in the meeting hall of every congregation in the United Kingdom, and everyone had to assent to it. And so they gained, over time, what would be hundreds of millions of pounds worth of charitable advantage, tax advantage, by everyone agreeing to and assenting to abide by that document. Now, a few weeks after that had been read out, because I was in the Brethren at the time this was all happening, a few weeks after that had been read out in the church, and everyone had been handed a copy to read, which they then had to hand back for some mysterious reason, we were told verbally that Bruce Hales has said, in connection with that specific faith in practice document, Bruce Hales has said, nothing has changed. In other words, everyone inside there knows that that document is a false front, and we're not to regard it or go by it, despite the fact that it says in the document that it is included in the ministry. Bruce Hales privately sends a message to say, in effect, ignore that. That's just for public consumption. Everything is exactly as it was before. And on that false and blatantly lying basis, they're currently claiming hundreds of millions of dollars in tax advantage, which is where the government pays back 20 to 30% of the tax to the charity that's receiving it, on the basis that it is now not doing these harmful practices that it had done in the past. That's the background of the faith in practice document, which is on the Brethren's website in the UK.